Today, we are going to talk about the philosophy of the Millennium schools. The learning process at Millennium, which is designed by a team of experts and educationists from around the world. The philosophy of the Millennium is very simple. Teach the way the child learns. Now for this, we have to analyze how a child learns. And for this, we have a questionnaire which is given to every child when he comes to our school for the first time. A child can be a visual learner, he can be an audio learner or a kinesthetic learner. A kinesthetic learner is one who only learns by doing it or by using the experimentation method. A visual learner learns by seeing things, and for that we have smart boards in our classrooms to cater to the needs of a visual learner. The Millennium learning system, it is an age-appropriate learning system. It caters to the psychological, the emotional and the cognitive needs of every learner. It is India's most innovative and an award-winning curriculum. It focuses on the philosophy that every child is unique. So it is scientifically research-based curriculum. It is apt for every child and it is loved by all the children. It is unique. It is internationally acclaimed learning system. And thus it has been designed and divided into 5 different approaches. We'll first talk about an early childhood world which is called the Little Millennium. And this is a happy, secured and age-appropriate learning environment. From developing roots to emerging wings, we nurture their inherent potential through thousands of playway learning activities that ensure that they are ready to fly into the primary world. Now, learning for little ones is about learning through play, through activities, through experiences, and these experiences through their 5 senses. They add beautiful memories which impact a child for lifetime. And these children of the age group of 0 to 5, they learn through exploring, they learn through experiencing, and that is the way we teach them. The Little Millennium curricula is based on a scientifically developed 7-petal approach, which is created again by a team of educationists who are experts in the early childhood development. The 7-petal approach, it focuses on the holistic development of a child by ensuring that all the skills are nurtured and enhanced. It is an approach of 7 skills. It develops the all-round development. It produces an all-round development of the child. Now, if I tell you a few of the skills that I have, the first one is I listen, I know, I speak. Now, the first skill, as it signifies, is about the language skills of the child, which are developed during this age group. Here, the child has activities which are based on his listening skills, speaking, reading and writing skills, which is very important to be developed at this point of time. The next would be I am ready. Now a child will build skills of observation, he'll understand the concepts, the problem solving and the predicting outcome skills. These are developed at this stage. The next stage would be I can do wonders. Here the creative skills, the fine motor skills of the child, that is developed, that is taken care of. The fine muscles are developed, which is very important for a child to be focused at this stage of early childhood development. The next stage is I can and I do. Now here we are focusing on the large muscles of the child, the physical strength of the child, the coordination and the balance of the child is developed in this petal approach. The next is I help myself. Now myself here is very important. A child has to be aware of his own self. The sense of independence, the sense of safety, health, hygiene, the life skills, these are developed with this approach. One more skill that is there is I, me, myself and my friends. And this is a very important skill as it develops the social skills of the child. A child learns to share, a child learns to understand the feelings of others, and that is done through role plays. And the last but not the least is I am best at. Now this skill, it nurtures the individual potential of the child. The unique potential, the unique talent of each child is nurtured, and we provide exposure through activities in which like the creative arts, the performing, the sports and the other activities, that kind of exposure is given to each child. Now this child is ready to fly and comes to grade 1, that is the MLS 1. Here it is uniquely designed for the age group of 6 to 10 years. The child of this age wants to learn by doing. So we as a school, as the Millennium School, we provide ample opportunities for this child to experience the concepts, and this is done through projects. So thus this age group is the project based approach that we have. It enhances their skills and it makes the child future ready as he develops his critical thinking, his problem solving, logic, reasoning, and all those skills are developed here through over more than 300 exciting concept based projects that are exposed to the child. We also have personalized books, concept books, project books, and a personalized dictionary for every child to develop his or her vocabulary, and thus we are building on the relevant skills of the child in the age group of 6 to 10 years, that is the child from class 1 to class 5. Our classrooms in this age group, you will find them to be very lively, very interactive, and you will find enjoyable sessions going on in the classroom. And thus my child, he develops confidence. He's built those skills that he can understand and apply his or her knowledge by connecting it to their daily life. Now we also have a system of formative assessment and the summative assessments as prescribed by CBSE. But along with that, we have a unique system known as the Individualized Performance Enhancement Plan. Now what is it? I will explain it to you in detail. Every teacher, when takes a session, after a session gives an assessment sheet to the child to analyze how much every child in her or her classroom has understood. Then, analyzing that report, a teacher comes to know about the performance of every child, and then she focuses on a child who has not performed well and is given an individualized class, that is known as an individualized performance enhancement is provided, and thus the child performs well in the test that is taken later. Thus we are not focusing on the better learners or the good learners only. We are focusing on every child who is a slow learner as well. Then very important that we have been affiliated with the Cambridge English Assessment, and we are the authorized exam center of Cambridge English, which is part of the world famous University of Cambridge in the UK. This is a new development, and I am sure with this that English language skills of our children will be developed and will be of the standard which is renowned worldwide. These tests are accepted for visa and study purposes in the UK, in the USA, and in Canada. In all these countries, these tests are accepted. The next important stage that comes is the MLS2, which is for age groups of 11 to 12 years of children. Here, a child seeks logic, he seeks reasoning, he understands every concept through logic, and thus we teach it just that way. Here the approach is the apprentice based approach, in which we explain the concepts and then we introduce the child to a world of vocations, to tell them what is there in the world, why whatever they are learning is important to them, or why is it relevant to them, how can they use it in their real life. So we are linking every project to real life. And also it will be important for every child at this stage to understand and decide his or her area of interest. That works through these projects, which are apprentice based projects in the age group of 11 to 12 years. So that now when my child steps into adolescence, usually a child at this stage has multiple questions about his own self, about his future. But we prepare the child in such a way that he has a clear vision of what he wants in his life, what he wants to become, how he wants to approach that aim in his life. And it is based on brain-based learning here. The child masters the abstract concepts. That is something which is not real, something that he has to visualize and then understand. So these are we use them, the memory strategies, the graphic organizers, the mind maps, which helps them to achieve the academic success. Then also given the glimpse into the new careers, vocations, as well as skills that are required for these vocations. So that we ensure that every child who passes 10th should be able to select his or her subjects, streams, and can make informed choices. A child is aware of what he is going to do in his life ahead and thus performs well in 11th and 12th as well. Therefore, dear parents, with a belief and confidence in the Millennium learning system, I would like to thank you all, the parents who have always extended their trust, support, and encouragement to us in the form of your feedback. Please keep your faith intact, and we assure you that your child is being provided with a habitat that will nurture all his needs and contribute to his development into a well-rounded and happy individual.